Hello and welcome to gaming and welcome to a special Wrestling Wednesday video. I thought we'd do a special one leading up to SummerSlam. We've got a very special guest on the channel today. We have Sean from The Man Games, who is a wrestling news and video game channel.
Yeah, a bit of everything.
What else do you do?
We used to do a podcast which we like to bring back. We sometimes do like Fun with Figures episodes. You can see some figures on the wall there. Yeah, basically the channel is mainly just doing videos for 2K20, but hopefully soon we'll have a new game to play with.
Yeah.
Can do a bit of, better content. At the moment, it's mainly doing like how to create and how to do things on 2K20, just to try and do things that are more like relevant at the moment.
There's been like a lack of, because I've been covering the 2K22 news, and there's like, they released quite a lot of stuff in like a 3-week period behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And then there's been nothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping SummerSlam weekend they're going to release quite a bit of information. But the guys that are making 2K22 must be like in the shits really. Oh, you had to swear on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Well, I'll bleep it. If I need to.
Like, they keep releasing wrestlers. Like, surely Daniel Bryan was meant to be on 2K22 and now he's going to be removed.
That's true.
How can they do like a story mode without knowing the wrestlers they can play with, really?
That's one of the things I think that they've been saying, that they've been doing the scans recently, so yeah, it's likely that they've scanned someone and they've just been let go.
I think it was it WWE 13? I don't think was it 2K then? And CM Punk, it was when CM Punk had left and the whole story mode was based around CM Punk.
Yeah.
And I think I can't remember if it was 2K or THQ or something like that, but I think they even said to WWE we're far too into the game now to even cancel this.
I wonder how that works contractually as well. I suppose within that time frame it has to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, the reason that we're doing this video is because we're about the same age and Sean's much more into his wrestling than I have ever been. I've been in and out of it, but we want to talk about our best and worst wrestling video games, I guess, over the years. So a nice little nostalgia trip, and hopefully some of you guys can let us know in the comments as well what you've played and which ones were your favourites. I'm going to put a link to The Man Games in the description, so go and give a subscribe as well over there. And yeah, let's just get into talking about some old wrestling games. So I'm going to start off by saying my first game was SmackDown on PS1.
Yeah.
And then SmackDown 2, whenever that came out. Now, I don't know if I should admit to this, but it was back in the day when you used to be able to get games illegally. Somehow just ended up with the game on the PlayStation through dodgy means. But the only thing I remember from it was, like, with it being like disc-based, like the early days of disc-based gaming, was the loading times.
Yeah.
Remember the loading times?
SmackDown 2, I think, was worse.
Was it?
Yeah. Because you used to have them pictures, didn't they?
Yeah.
The Trish Stratus one was awesome.
Yeah, you used to be there like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was all be on the screen when your mum walked in or something.
Yeah. No, I distinctly remember, like, it freezing for ages on a still of one of the wrestlers. But I actually recently replayed, I think it was 2. I went to a retro games event right before the pandemic. I think it was like a week before we went into lockdown, and I think it was SmackDown 2 that they had there. So that was fun, getting to replay it. Some of the guys were coming and watching me on it and that. And my go-to was Stone Cold, of course, because he's my favourite wrestler ever. But yeah, so that would be
Jericho was your favourite.
Jericho he's up there. Some of his recent political statements have soured me on him a little bit, but if I can separate that out and go back to being a kid, Jericho probably top 3. But no, Stone Cold number 1. But yeah, PlayStation, that was the one that I remember most. I don't know if you played any others.
Well, the first wrestling game I think I had was for the original Nintendo.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure it was a WrestleMania title, but yeah, I think you could be Hogan, Big Boss Man, Andre the Giant. I don't actually remember like a lot. I mean, obviously the the graphics and that weren't
Yeah.
anything amazing.
Would it be in like one of those where like it was like the hard cam, and you could see like through the ropes and stuff? Was it like that? I have seen like.
Yeah, maybe it was.
And
like
you were like a little sprite inside the ring.
Yeah.
I think I've seen images of it, but yeah, I never played them before.
Yeah, and I had one for the Super Nintendo as well, but I think that might have been a WrestleMania. I think Ted DiBiase might have been on it.
I think.
But I remember I lent it to a friend and I never got it back. And back in the days when you used to lend games.
That used to happen a lot, yeah. I remember I had a Siphon, it was not wrestling, but I had a Siphon filter game and my cousins took it, never came back. Or it came back and it was destroyed.
Yeah. The worst thing when you were a kid was lending someone your game and then going to get it back and then they told you, oh, I've lent it to someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just never see it again. One that always comes up on N64 is No Mercy, that everyone says is like the best ever. And I only actually recently got to play it, but I always played at my friend's house WCW Revenge, I think it was. It's like basically the same game.
Yeah.
Now you were a WCW fan, weren't you?
Back in the day. Yeah, Sting's my all-time favourite wrestler.
Yeah. Now I watched WCW, but more so like I think it used to be on like Channel 5 or something.
Yeah. Like worldwide wrestling or something.
Right.
Called, yeah.
So like I knew like Ric Flair and Sting, but I didn't know the roster all the way down. But I remember loving that Revenge game, and there's actually a video on my channel like from way back when we played it, and I think I played as Eric Bischoff, who couldn't do any moves. He just used to do like karate kicks.
Yeah, like a karate kick.
But they were really overpowered. Like I think we did like a battle royale, and he was just cleaning everyone out.
Yeah.
It was ace. No, I didn't play No Mercy until a couple of years ago, but not really properly played it. But probably that's everyone's
exactly
favourite.
the same for me. Yeah.
I don't know what I would say is my favourite though over the years.
Well, I did really like SmackDown 2. That's a pretty decent one. Here Comes the Pain might be my all-time. At the time, I think it was a game that had the best roster that they've ever had on like a game, because obviously you had Austin, The Rock, then you had like Goldberg and Kevin Nash.
Was that just after the invasion? Sort of, like
maybe like 2 years later, yeah. So I reckon that will have been around 2005 when that game came out, 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it had a stacked roster.
I'll be putting footage in and stuff, so we'll know over the top when things were for definite. But yeah, like I guess as well, like at the time, like obviously just after WCW had gone, and it was that element of like dream match time, wasn't it, as well for everyone. So and that's one of the things with video games, isn't it, that you can live out things that don't happen in real life.
Yeah, the amount of times I've done a Sting versus The Undertaker match.
Yeah, exactly.
Goldberg versus Stone Cold.
I think Here Comes the Pain was. I don't think I had that. I think again that was another one that my friend had. So I've played it. It was the one with Brock on, right?
Yeah. Brock was the front cover.
Yeah. I don't think I owned it, because that was around the time that I started to drift away from wrestling. You see. I know that I did play some of the SmackDown versus Raw. This was back when I still wasn't watching it. I just picked it up for something. I think it was 2010 or something like that. I just picked it up randomly, and I really enjoyed that. I remember really enjoying like the story mode and whatever was in that. And then obviously recently here on Welcome to Gaming, I've been going back through like a lot of the SmackDown versus Raw, because again the games that I didn't play back in the day. So. And I just always think that they have really good story modes in them to go through, and it's a good way of catching up as well, like with people that you might have missed, and that it's like gets you filled in on a lot of them. Like we said, like you WCW fan and whatnot. Like obviously I was out at that time, and the sort of the rise of TNA was around then as well, and I know that they had some video games.
Did you ever play it? Yeah, it was a freaking hard game to play.
Yeah, see, I never.
The controls and that weren't very simple. It was really like, for me, I thought the controls of the game were really hard.
And they only did one?
Yeah, they only did one, but I think like they re-released it, but it was the same game, but I think they did it so you could have it on a different platform or something.
Right.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I never watched TNA, so, but they did, obviously they did get quite a lot of like big guys,
at one point, like there was a time where like TNA was probably my favourite thing, like wrestling thing on telly. Because at the time, I think it was around like the time Nexus was on WWE. I feel like TNA at the time had a better product. Like TNA did a pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, and the 3 top matches were Sting, Samoa Joe, Angle against Jarrett with Mick Foley the referee.
Right.
And like I just remember being more excited than that than I was like the WrestleMania or something like that. Yeah, like.
I know they did have a brief window where I think people were starting to like really take them seriously, and then obviously it all went.
Yeah.
all
well,
went
like when
wrong.
Hogan and Bischoff came in, I thought, oh, they're going to do what they did in WCW. They're going to elevate and. I know they say like you don't know what happens behind the scenes and that, but from watching like on screen, it seemed like they came in and it went to shits pretty much.
From like what I've heard, it was about that time.
Yeah.
Things started to go a bit wrong. There's like been other ones, like obviously with the release of like more of a modern WWE game, like the Battlegrounds, which I've just got because it's free on PlayStation
Is it?
this month. Was it last month? I didn't play it. I know that you did cover it a little bit on your channel.
Yeah, I got very.
Didn't like it.
Nah.
Is that arcade style, right?
Yeah, just a bit like I just thought it was a bit silly and. Yeah, I just couldn't get it. Like I was trying to get into it, but I just couldn't. And
does it have like? How does it work? Does it have like a story mode, or does it?
Yeah, it does, but it's not very gripping, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because there's been other ones. I always get them mixed up, but I think it's the All Stars.
Yeah, there was All Stars.
That was quite hard.
I don't think I had it, but I think my nephews did. And there's another one, wasn't there? Like WrestleMania Legends. Or something?
Legends of WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yeah, that one
I've got
cute.
both.
And I think with that one, you could put it on like your Xbox or something, and then you could get the roster from the 2K game that year or whatever, and have both rosters on the WrestleMania game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely got Legends of. I think I had All Stars. I just remember you used to be able to do like really over the top finishes.
Yeah.
Like the rock bottom would go like 12 feet in the air or something, which. I don't know, there's something to be said for that, like, not something you play all the time, but like, to come into it for like an evening or something, it's quite fun. So I am kind of looking forward to that Battlegrounds, to see what it's like, but I don't know, I knew you'd given it kind of a bad review, so I don't know, we'll see. There was one that I remember as well, just going back, and I think it was just called WWE. There was one on the PlayStation that was Raw, called Raw.
Yeah, that was on the original Xbox. There's Raw and Raw 2.
Now, there's that one.
Yeah,
I played that one on the original Xbox because I remember you used to be able to put your own tracks in for your entrance.
Yeah, I used to do that, yeah.
And that was just like one of the big standout features of it for me was that because obviously I'm a big White Stripes fan, so I used to have White Stripes for my intros.
Yeah.
But I don't remember much about the game other than that.
I didn't play the original Raw. I played Raw 2. And I think it was alright, but I think it was one of the first wrestling games where you could change like the attires of the actual wrestlers.
Yeah.
So I remember like liking that feature on it.
But there was one on PlayStation that was, I can't remember what it was called now. I'll flash it up on screen what I'm on about. And I think that was Raw or Raw is War or something like that. And I remember with that one, I think this was one of the first ones I played as well actually, going back to like the SmackDown 2 era. You used to like do the selection screen and like say you had Mankind, you would say something, and then if you like flipped it across to Goldust, he would say something.
Oh, I think is that Warzone?
What? Yeah, that's
Warzone.
it. Yeah, Warzone. Yeah, Warzone. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember that. I really enjoyed that one. I remember it used to be like a ladder format.
Yeah.
To get to the championship or something. So you'd start off against like one of the lower talents and work your way up. I remember really enjoying that.
Yeah, I didn't have it, but the kid down the road had one, obviously when I was a kid. I think it was one of the first wrestling games I played where you could put something through a table as well.
Yeah, again, same with me. I don't think I owned that. I think it was a friend that had it, but I remember really enjoying it. Again, though, we were saying about the selection screen. I remember that having like a load time to it. Like even just swapping the character, it would like you'd hear the PlayStation make a noise and then. Yeah, you'd have to wait, but I suppose we were just used to it back then, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
Not like it is now. Although having said that, what's 2K20
2K20
like?
can take forever.
I didn't get it. I deliberately avoided it, based on what you said, I think.
Well, sometimes when I'm in a video, it looks like it'll be a 20-minute video. By the time I've taken out all the the like little clips that take maybe 15 seconds or something, you can like lose half your time. It's crazy.
Now, we recently on this channel not this channel, sorry, on my sister channel, which was Welcome to Wrestling. We don't post on there very much anymore, but we did the GM mode in 2006. Me and Adam, who used to be on the channel. Did you have much experience of GM mode?
I remember playing it. I don't think I was very good at it though.
Yeah.
I did like it, but yeah, I don't think I was very good at it.
It's got like a very like, once you learn how to game it, it's very easy.
Yeah.
But it was good going up against another human because you would keep each other sort of on your toes, and we basically copied the up down down series. So, but it was fun. It was a fun little series to do.
I think AEW has just brought out GM mode, but like a mobile game. I think.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I've not got it, but
I heard it's going to be a mobile game. Might need to check that out actually. They've got some other ones coming, right?
They've got this casino mobile game, but I thought you were actually betting real money, but it's not. It's just yeah. Because on the video that I watched when they started doing it, they said that you could win AEW prizes and things like that. And I've had a little play on it, and yeah, it just seems like a casino game where you don't win real money.
Yeah, because I've played like the WWE, like the like Bejeweled or whatever.
Yeah.
Like them. They're alright, but it's kill times. But I remember I ended up in like a group, and it was like real serious. It's like you have to be here at this time to do the challenges and that. And I was just like, I just want to play the game. Like, I'm not into that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see like with AEW. Like you say, they have got like a proper one coming, right? Like a proper game.
Oh yeah, proper game coming out. Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because obviously.
Nice to have an alternative.
Yeah. And like obviously a lot of people are into AEW at the minute, so. Yeah, it'd be cool to check out that.
That's it though, like going back to like when you were a kid, there just seemed to be like, loads of wrestling games all out kind of like at the same time. It's like I remember when I used to have PlayStation 1, I used to have like SmackDown, I used to have WWF Attitude, and then I'd have like an ECW game, but ECW like Hardcore or something, and then I'd have WCW Thunder as well. Like I think WCW Thunder was like the first wrestling game I proper got into.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that ECW? How many did they have?
I think they had two.
Two, yeah.
Yeah, they had one. I can't remember. I'm sure one was called ECW Hardcore. Maybe the other one was ECFNW or something. But on the cover of one had RVD on it throwing a chair at someone, I think, and then the other one I think had the Sandman on it, I think.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna go along and say what my favourite game, wrestling game, has been, and although I have played like Here Comes the Pain and a little bit like No Mercy, I haven't played them to the extent where like everyone says are the best ones ever. Hopefully, I do think like hopefully I will eventually get like Here Comes the Pain and do it properly on the channel at some point. But for me, I really just loved doing that GM mode last year on the 2006 SmackDown vs Raw. I've played the GM mode in a little bit in 07 and 08. And it's a little bit different. The 07 version was like it was crazy. You had to like pick storylines and all sorts. It was a bit more simplified in 6. I think it worked a little bit better. I really hope it makes a return. I think it's like the #1 requested feature.
Yeah, I think like I did like a news video of it
last
year, and that was I think one of the top things that got requested.
Yeah, I think it was your video that I remember seeing. Yeah, where you said it was like the thing. So yeah, it'd be cool if they brought it back, but
I'd like to see them bring back guest referee matches.
Yeah,
they were really good on the SmackDown 1 and 2.
Yeah,
just like you could just screw people over.
I like things with like the scenarios as well, where there's like the scenario like when things have happened in real life. I think I had the one with the Stone Cold story on.
Oh yeah, was that
2K16?
Yeah.
That was cool, doing stuff like that. But yeah, I'd like to see GM mode return. What about your favourite one?
I think it's probably going to be either SmackDown 2 or Here Comes the Pain.
Nice.
The thing I liked about SmackDown 2 was you could like create your own pay-per-view on that, and so I think you had to like pick like 10 matches, and at the end, like you got like a rating for each match, and like I know it's a bit similar to like GM mode.
That's similar, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like it was like good to like try and create your WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and then see like how well it did, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then on Here Comes the Pain, that's probably up there. I think it was one of the first games where you could do the Armageddon Hell in a Cell.
Right.
So like, I think that was like one of my favourite features, and you used to be able to do slobber knockers on them as well, on that one as well. So that was like where you started as one person, you had to try and beat like 100 people.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a gauntlet type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's cool.
And like, I think William Regal was one of the best ones to beat, because he could do like this full Nelson like slam over the head, but it went into a pin, and
Right.
more or less every time you could get like a freak out with just like a normal move. And I think Here Come the Pain as well was the first time you had bra and panties matches on the game, which I know that doesn't sound like great these
Was
days.
it really?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Wow.
There used to be a glitch where if you gave Trish Stratus the people's elbow, she'd pull a top of her pants off, but then the game would crash.
Right.
But yeah,
What age rating did it have then?
I think I have it on the shelf.
No way.
Yeah, behind the Kurt Angle, I think.
Behind the Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Can I look?
Yeah, go for it.
16 plus.
16.
Which makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, you can see the back there.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, there you go. You can let me have it.
I think it only cost me like 50 pence.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll have to dig through some of those that we've mentioned and hopefully do them on Wrestling Wednesdays in the future here on Welcome to Gaming. But as I said earlier, go subscribe to the Man Games. Link below in the description box. And I'll see you all in the next video.